السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. وعن أبي سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بعث إلى بني الأحيان فقال. So the Messenger of Allah, one time he sent an expedition, or he sent a message to Banu al-Ahyan, which was a group, a tribe, and they were going out on a military expedition. So he said to them, يَنْبَعِثْ مِنْ كُلِّ رَجُلَيْنِ أَحَدُهُمَا. He said that from every two men amongst you, one of them needs to go out in this expedition. And they're going to potentially fight or patrol the borders of the Muslim area at the time. And he said, وَالْأَجْرُ بَيْنَهُمَا. And the reward will be split between the two of them. Rawah Muslim. This hadith is narrated by Imam Muslim. So, this is similar to what we were mentioning yesterday. Is that this hadith teaches us about the importance of division of labor. Is that not everyone can be doing exactly the same identical task in the same way. So Imam al-Ghazali, he mentions this in his Kitab al-Ilm, in Ihya al-Din. He talks about the society. In every society, you need someone who specializes in medicine. You need somebody who specializes in structural design. You need somebody who specializes in security. You need somebody who specializes in everything. If some people came along and they said, you know what, we are the best. Everyone should be doing what we're doing because our role in society is the absolute best. But what happened? Society will never be able to function. You will not be able to have something like that. So even when we're talking about something as virtuous as jihad in the path of Allah, it's the most virtuous thing. We've been talking about how people are willing to give up their lives. The Messenger of Allah, he doesn't go to this group and say, you know what, every single one of you needs to go out there. Society won't function. That's not the way it's going to work. But he's saying for this case, he's making a decision, executive decision as the Prophet. 1 out of 2 of you need to go because there's the emergency security threats. And he said, when you do that, if you do that, you'll split the reward. So the one who stayed behind and they were fulfilling some other necessary task, they're going to get the reward for the other person who went out as well. And this is an important principle because the reward comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reward comes based upon the needs, based upon the circumstance, and based upon the effort as well. And that's why this applies to every single aspect of life. Not everyone can be doing the exact same thing in society, otherwise we have a dysfunctional society. So this is from the wisdom of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you look at the expedition, if you look at the battle of Hunayn, the leader on the opposition side who was fighting against the Muslims, he made the exact opposite mistake. He brought out every single person, including the women, including the children. He brought the whole city out to go and fight. And they lost the battle of Hunayn. The society was destroyed. They retreated to Taif. Long story. But you see leaders, when they make foolish decisions, they could bring down the entire society. And you see the wisdom of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and how he would even distribute soldiers and the amount of soldiers and where they would go, even when it came to something as virtuous and as needed as jihad in that time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help the true mujahideen who are fighting in this cause. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us some reward or some share in that when we help them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove the plight of the oppressed brothers and sisters around the world, especially in Palestine. Ameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.